I got to say, I love, everyone's got to take this with a grain of salt because, certain receivers out there, quarterbacks, they always in talks about, come over to this team and see what you could do, and try to acquire players and try to recruit players. And I think, Jalen Hurts has been talking to A.J. Brown back and forth, and, you want to make this happen. And A.J. Brown's kind of like laughing it off and saying, don't be trying to start anything, and starting all these rumors up. You know what I'm saying? So A.J. Brown is a very good receiver. We missed out on A.J. Brown in the, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside draft, unfortunately. So that's another receiver that, we could have had in that draft. Unfortunately, we didn't. From what the Eagles have right now. And look, I know Jalen Hurts, for some reason, knows that the Eagles are trying to acquire another weapon. The Eagles did try with Calvin Ridley. That was pretty much a done deal. And, obviously with Calvin Ridley, with the gambling and all that stuff happened. So, he's suspended pretty much for the whole entire year as of right now, before he appeals. And then, the Eagles tried to acquire Christian Kirk, lost. They wanted to pay him 13. He got 17 from the Jaguars. So Eagles have tried. They've been almost interested in every receiver and passed up on every receiver, but knowing in the back of their minds that this receiver group in the draft goes way deep into the second round, and they can get, there's some, receivers, there's a couple receivers in the second round that probably should be first round picks, but there are so many of them right now, so much to choose from. The Eagles seem to want to add another weapon. Nick Sirianni has kind of, alluded to the fact that, 25th, what were they, 25th in passing yards. It's just not good enough. They are not up to that standard, even though Nick says he likes the group, which he's going to say, but they need to add another weapon for Jalen Hurts. I think that's the number one priority for this offense. And I don't know what they think of Quez Watkins as a number 2, but it's nice to see that Hurts is really trying his best to at least get something done. Now, A.J. Brown is due for a contract extension. He did put out a cryptic tweet saying, "It's out of my hands. God, I trust you." And this was like a few days ago, last week, something like that. The Titans have came out and said they're going to try to get a deal done. I think it only costs about $4 to $5 million for the year before he gets a pretty hefty contract. How the Eagles like acquiring players on the last year of their deal and, try to make something happen out of his contract if that's the case. But with what we have right now, you want Jalen Reagor to move down the draft. Look, if they trade for A.J. Brown, you're going to have to give up a good amount here. I don't know how much it's going to cost, but he's going to be cheap for the year. And obviously it's going to be promised to get a long-term contract. So I think definitely a weapon between the first and second round of this draft is definitely realistic. But at the same time, is Howie Roseman behind closed doors, not showing his hand, being under the radar, and trying to acquire a receiver as of right now. We all saw, I made a video a few days ago about the Jets wanting to trade for a receiver. The Patriots are trying to trade for a receiver right now. The Chiefs are trying to trade for a receiver right now. So who knows? Okay, we heard DK Metcalf, we heard A.J. Brown, and we heard Deebo Samuel. We heard a bunch of receivers. So I'm trying to figure out, are these receivers actually – it's starting to connect the dots a little bit because the Jets were looking for a receiver, and they specifically said these three teams and these three specific players. And A.J. Brown was one of those players. So, like I said, this is like a pipe dream at the end of the day, but you never know what could happen. The Eagles could make a trade. They could be, in trade talks, not with this team, not with the Titans or for A.J. Brown, but just for anybody. This is just an example of, Jalen Hurts is dying for another weapon to play with him on the field at a high level. And I think the Eagles are going to do that regardless, whether it's the first, second round, whether it's, there's really no more free agents left besides maybe Jarvis Landry and Julio Jones, but I'm not really interested in either or because Jarvis wants more money and, Julio Jones wants more money. Why? I don't know. For Julio Jones, at least, I don't know in his defense. Well, not really his defense, but why would he want more money after being hurt with the Titans last year? So, you never know what could happen, but is Howie Roseman under the radar? We'll see. But for me, it's probably not even a 5% chance. But it's just fun to actually go over stuff like this. And, Hurts is just, trying to recruit guys quietly and not try to start rumors. And A.J. Brown's like, don't be starting any rumors. But you never know what things could turn into at the end of the day. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think if, this is legit or you guys think it's playing around. But at the same time, would you guys actually like A.J. Brown? I know the Titan fans are probably going to attack this comment section, like he's not going anywhere, but hey, you never know what happens. But I thought it was pretty cool to kind of make a video on this, and Jalen Hurts is just thirsty for a better offense, and that's all I could ask for. So other than that, guys, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys later. Shakes, what up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace.